Hello, everybody. Welcome to Silent Podcast, place everything but silent. I'm your host, Isaiah, and we are back to talk House of Silence, aka House of Fear, the Fear Factor reality show. Very excited to talk about this with my very fun panel. Ganja, how you doing?
I'm doing well today, and I feel like I would have had fun flying through the fire. You know,
Really?
that Kanye West song "Through the Fire." I love it.
Through the wire.
Through the wire. Shaka Khan
You know
through
why
the
he's
fire.
saying
Okay.
for the fire? We also got Cheyenne with the vocals. Cheyenne, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Shaka Khan, that's through the fire. Kanye West, that is through the wire. I'm doing great. How are y'all?
I'm so fearful. I
There
got
you go.
nervous.
I'm so excited. Oh my God, right? Conquering our fear one asshole at a time.
Okay, so if real quick, if you enjoy the show and want to support us, please like, comment, subscribe, or if you're listening on our audio platforms, please rate 5 stars. 5 stars only. If you do not like it, don't rate it at all. But guys, we have our second episode of House of Fear. Cheyenne, was this carrying the momentum of the chaos last episode, or did it kind of like take a little decline for you?
I think this episode was way better. Honestly, I was thinking that if Zach had done like the smart big brother superfan thing and avoided winning the first challenge and then went into this one as an underdog and then played the entire cast and then was able to win his way back in, then we would all have such a different opinion of this man. Because there's one thing when you're terrorizing the person you put into elimination, there's another thing terrorizing the entire house that wants you to leave.
Okay.
So I
Ganja, do you agree with that?
That was immediately on his head, and I mean, rightfully so, because he was not shy about who he wanted to go home. But it was like he also protected a lot of y'all. So for y'all to have all this vitriol against him is kind of crazy. But I feel like he played this episode amazingly, so smart, and even to the point I guess we can get to that point of the actual challenge. But I was thinking the exact same thing that he did, so I was like, okay, yeah, you ate that up because I would have did the exact same thing. So.
Why? What is the reason?
Well, not like in a sense of his strategic output, but in that challenge, let's forget it. Let's talk about it. When they were having to eat that food or whatever, the first one he got was so nasty. And I feel like the likelihood of you winning that first one was 1 out of 4, right? You have a stronger chance of going 50-50 against somebody when you have that short cup with somebody else. So it's like, all right, I'm not about to drink this at all, and I'm gonna wait to the second round and just try to chug it. And I think that's exactly what he did. It wasn't the repulsiveness of the drink. He was just like,
not exactly. That is not.
That's what he did. He like looked at it and like kind of sniffed it, and he said, "I'm good."
What he did is he started gagging at the benches. He started freaking Lance out. He walked around talking crap. He said, "I'm going home," and then he took a little sip of his drink, pretended he was gonna lose, and then he snaked Jenny.
Yeah, he destroyed
He
her.
snaked her.
She snaked herself by telling them that she could drink nasty stuff, and then they all snaked her to be like, "Oh, we're thinking you're coming back, so we're gonna throw you in. Don't throw me into nothing, okay? If you like me, keep me safe. What you doing?" They didn't like her, but also I called her out, and I was like, "Nah, I called her out," but I thought that was gonna be the first boot. So like, if this, like you said, Cheyenne, the episode I felt like was good, and I actually feel like this first challenge should probably have been the first challenge. And I think it would have made more sense to actually start with this episode and switch these episodes around, truthfully.
Okay. So you wanted to bring up the challenge, Ganja. I actually want to hear about how did you feel about this challenge? Do you think you would have been good at it? How do you feel about the ultimate results in this
I would have got
fiery
destroyed.
ring?
Jenny probably would have beat me. Everybody would have beat me. I would have had to get the small cup because I think when Zach got his first thing, it was like cat something juice, and I was like, I'm good, bro. I would have just sat there and threw up.
He got chicken desserts and cat food gravy.
Oh, over. And when Johnny Knoxville was like, "Oh, you have to throw up in your cup and then drink your throw up," I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm
like,
y'all won this.
I low-key like that rule because the challenge used to do like if you throw it up, you have to like you still have to drink it up. But they had a rule where if you don't eat your own throw up, then they will refill it to the top. So you have an option.
Which is crazy, but I feel it. I feel it.
Would you rather have done that or get covered in a bunch of mice and birds and
mice.
snakes? I don't know. I feel like I would have drank instead.
I mean, I'm gonna ask you how you feel about it, but how I feel is I looking at the second challenge and the first challenge now retroactively, I probably would have volunteered to go in for the first one because it ain't nothing but dealing with creatures around you and opening up eggs. If you can get over it, and the girl was trying to quit anyway, so it was like, all right, you kind of got a free pass.
I don't know. I feel like I would have quit probably earlier than the girl quit on the show. I wouldn't have lasted 5 seconds. I told you I would do terrible on this show. I don't think I would survive like at all. So I don't know.
What's crazy to me is that like the challenge itself. So first of all, they had it in 2. They were like 1 liquid, 1 solid. 4 people were doing this. And then so I feel so crazy, but in the second round, the person who like got out was able to give someone the little cup, right? Am I crazy in thinking that he said that he was able to give away a cup of water? Because Rob wins, he's able to give the cup away. I thought that that meant round 2, that the person just had to drink a cup of water, but then they gave her a cup of the pig blood and pig ears.
Yeah. No, she was taking that shot, and that's doable. I think if I had the shot, I might get through it. But shout out to Danielle for making that relationship. Like, you know, who was Rob gonna give it to? I guess in circumstances, you're not trying to give it to Zach because if you're trying to eliminate him, you don't give it to him, and then you think Jenny got it, so you're not giving it to Jenny. So right place, right time. Shout out to Danielle for making that relationship with Rob. Truthfully.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, from here, let's go talk about the key players. Because
I was just about to bring that up. So let's start with our first one and let's see how you guys are feeling. Let's start with Ethan. Cheyenne, how are we feeling about Ethan this episode?
You know, because we can give the baby boys away like flour, I'm going to say that's our baby boy. He's our youngin', you know, he's teaming up with the mommies. He's like, let's go get this bread. You can do it. Do it for your child. He's like, I'm going to say whatever these people say, reverse, flip until I get to the end. And you know what? That's a star player. He said, you put me in, I'll put you in. And that's just how it's going to be. Rob's like, that's predictable. And he's like, yeah, it is. So don't put me in. And I love that for us.
I'm team Ethan. I appreciate him. You know, he didn't get caught out and back down. He said, I'm coming half-fledged. I got beef with Ethan. Because even though, you know, I'm always team Lance, I feel like it would have been so easy for just all the 4 people that threw him in, just go right in. Like, I didn't understand the other people kind of getting thrown in there. But, you know, he did what he had to do. Maybe Chelsea, you know, influenced that a little bit, or maybe he just wanted to do that. But only having smoke for Zach and Rob was kind of crazy. I mean, kudos to Tyler. Like I said, she ate that up. She kind of got away with that scot-free. And I think Lance right now has got away somewhat with that. But shout out to Ethan. I think he did good. You took half shots at the guys, but you kind of got to go full-fledged, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
go ahead, Sam.
Sorry, before he won, wait, was it after the one or before he won? Yeah, so him and Chelsea win the main challenge, and Ethan aligns with the mom. And then after he aligns with them, did you guys see Ethan went to Zach to tell on Chelsea? When Chelsea was like, Zach is kind of crazy, I don't like him. Ethan went to Zach to tell on her. We see the camera zoom. Dita is also there. After Alliance is telling on you. Chelsea, get out.
Okay.
All right.
No, that
Well,
was pretty
look,
interesting.
it looks like Ethan got a little fan base in here. Let's talk about our next key player. Also, by the way, we determined these before the podcast, so we're a little bit more structured today. Let's talk Ganjo about Danielle. How do you feel about Danielle's performance?
I really appreciated the fight in her. One, I think she said she was an aerospace engineer. They never gonna see that in her. Like, she's a beautiful, woman. Like, I love that. So they're gonna see that first, and they're not gonna see her intelligence. And I think that's gonna work out for her. Unfortunately, she did get thrown in, so that's sad days for her. It seems like she's not making as many connections as she need, but she showed that she has some kind of stake in this game where she had at least a relationship that gave her an advantage in the elimination challenge. So I'm liking her prospects. I do feel like her position in the game is going to be very interesting because she's going into a challenge. She's came back. She's had help, but people like Zach and like Rob automatically will garner energy. So she's going to be able to fall and kind of in the background, and hopefully, her strategy of, making one-on-one connections will benefit her kind of and push her through the game. Hopefully her and Lance link up. We're going to see.
Cheyenne Savage.
No, I only put Savage because that's what is it, Dita or Ethan said about Zach. Yeah, Danielle, it was very interesting for her to say she's a space engineer. It just read to me as she's introverted and doesn't really know how to communicate with others. And I saw that. Like, you saw Rob reach out to her after Jaylene kind of paid him dust because he threw her under the bus last week. He reaches back out to Jaylene, strikes out, and then he's like, "Hey, Danielle."
Okay, he knew he needed to do something.
You want to do this? Doesn't leave the room.
It left the room. but I don't even think people going, like I said earlier, I don't think people going to even read too much into that because of the circumstances. He not giving it to Zach, and everybody thought Jenny was coming back.
Yeah, I just don't see her doing anything.
She just did something. She made a relationship. She used Rob's insecurity of being alone to garner a relationship. That's how I feel.
I don't think Cheyenne cares much about that.
And so he said, "Madam."
Team Danielle. It's close to Darrell, so we love that.
Oh man! All right, let's go to our next player. Who did I just start with? I started with Ganjo. Cheyenne Savage for today. How do you feel about boss man Rob?
Yo, this man, he's out here doing the like mediocre white bread's work, and it's like good lane for him. It makes me feel like he should be on like a competitive bachelor show. He's just like trying to team up with people, but also is a bro at heart, which is kind of crazy. But overall, I mean, I think he's trying to rebuild his image. He kind of stays in the background for the first half of the episode, and then he kills like the elimination. He helps out his new alliance member. And I mean, honestly, he had the opposite of what Zach had, where the first episode, it was like, ooh, he's making all these alliances. He's chatting everyone up. And then by the end of the episode, he loses an alliance member because he voted her in. Whereas the second episode, he's like kind of down and put in the elimination. But hey, he's able to show that he does respect this one this time.
It's his fault though. And it's like blatantly his fault because it's like completely his fault. Like, his position, it could be so much better. Like, I'm not saying this is like the world, but try to say like these reality shows are a microcosm of the world. No, Rob should have literally all he want in this game. I'm not gonna have. He had Jaylene in his pocket, and I think Kristen would have won with Jaylene. I think they would have worked with him because if he would have saved them, it would have made sense. I think. I'll let you, Lance. I think him not throwing Lance under the bus more is crazy. Like, and Tyler, like, there's no way me and Zach are getting the brunt, and Zach is just more obnoxious right now. But it seems like Rob is going to be an issue for more than one person.
Oh yeah.
event. So it's kind of like, bro, like I ain't gonna hold you up. Like Ethan didn't go full fledged where he should have, but like you should have pushed him to. I'm throwing everybody under the bus, in my opinion. So
This early?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It's not a vote out game. It's not.
It ain't a vote out game, and
Yeah.
Lance already cut into his ass. So and he really didn't do much to get cut into. From what we got shown, Lance was on his ass, and so it's like, all right, bro, he already showed you, like, you know, he not messing with you like that. So maybe you should shift, but let him keep acting crazy because you know we team Lance out here. Get his ass, Lance.
All right, there you go. All right, let's talk about Jaylene. How do we feel about Jaylene this episode, Ganjo?
You know, my girl, Parvati reincarnate. Okay, she was chilling this episode. She didn't go in, and she rightfully looked at Rob like he was crazy when he was kind of still trying to vibe out at first with her. So it's like, I know she understands that she needs to make some connections with people, but I don't know where her connections go right now because she basically just got severed at the knees. If she didn't lose both legs and she's still in the game, she left one leg under, like she lost that bitch. Under the knee is gone. But she got one that she hopping on, and maybe she can get a prosthetic sometime in the game. Who knows? And maybe it's gonna be strong enough to help her win the game. Who knows? But I feel like Jaylene is social enough to have relationships. She's not gonna be in that house quiet. So hopefully, even though she just lost one of her alliance members and somebody that she thought she could trust, she couldn't trust, I think she's in a decent spot, especially because she didn't get thrown in.
I feel like Cheyenne doesn't agree with anything that you said.
Okay.
Is that true?
We life.
Oh, I mean, of course I still disagree on the Parvati front. But I am like an overall fan of Danielle. I think that she's pivoting to like a woman's alliance, and it's easy to do that when Zach's making himself such a target against women specifically. So when all the women gather and they're like, yeah, he makes me uncomfortable. I think that if a woman team ever wins, then she's safe. I also thought that it was really funny how she looked at Rob and was like, yeah, manifest this destiny elsewhere. You know, it was pretty fun.
Okay, I think she not with the BS, so I appreciate it. And I'm not saying she Parvati because there's only one queen out here, but she one of her kids. Like, you feel me? Like Kelly Wentworth, one of her kids. You feel me? Jaylene, one of her kids. Come on.
Feel you.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
What I do disagree with is that Ethan has smoke on the wrong people, because when everyone was saying when people were like saying who was up for elimination last week, it almost made it seem like everyone chose their individual person, you know, and Ethan was chose by Rob.
Yeah, but why is Zach in there?
Oh, I guess he also just Tyler doesn't like him. Chelsea doesn't
Okay,
like
I mean, and that's fine. I get it. Like, you know, I think the easy thing to throw Zach in, but you know, he kind of ate them up this episode, so maybe it's not gonna be that easy to throw him in the future.
All
I
right.
put him in every week, every 3 days.
Let's talk about the last one before I get to our first official ranking. Zach, who Cheyenne gave a lot of praise to. So, Cheyenne, how do you feel about
praise?
Zach?
What's that praise?
You say you're removed from him.
Man, I think he really overdid it. By the end of the episode, I was literally like, is lying and being a giant baby a good strategy? Is telling everyone in the house that you gag when your child soils their diaper, is that a good strategy?
That got me. I ain't gonna do that. Got me.
Just because it's fun. Is that good strategy?
I couldn't take him serious.
The villain at it worse.
I feel you, and I couldn't take him serious. I didn't know if it was right or not, or if he was telling the truth that he actually could not change. I think he was telling the truth. I think that was real. Like, he never changed his kids' diapers. And I will preface this: I think it's so crazy if a man say they're not gonna change a diaper. I'm not gonna.
What, national television?
That's nuts. And there's guys out here. I'm not gonna hold you. There's guys out here that be like, I never changed a diaper. I never did this. I'm like, this is your child.
But you're
so you gonna let your child sit and poop? before you change a
my.
diaper. Sorry, okay, we don't want to get off subject.
He'd rather dig through a cave than change his diaper.
Come on, it's crazy. Okay, a tight cave too. I'm not claustrophobic, but I'm scared of poop. Like, please get out of here. Okay, so with Zach, I do feel like he did himself no favors that last episode by being so vocal, but we understand that this is not a vote off game per like, you know, in a situation. It's more so just like, are you getting thrown in and hopefully you lose? So I think he did I guess a good job psyching them out, thinking that he was going to go home, because they were shocked, like shook that he drank that. And you're on Fear Factor, House of Fear. You don't think people didn't come here thinking they was going to drink something nasty? And you think somebody this loud is going to go home easy like this? Oh, no. And like I said before, I think his strategy made sense of not drinking that shit, because you have a 1 out of 4 chance first. That's poopy chances. And then you have it's not really 2 out of 3.
Poopy
but
chances.
It's not a half chance. It's not 1 out of 3. It's more so like you probably got like a 40% chance of like coming back, you know, with the shot glass and your cup in the second round. So just do that. Why not?
Aren't you a scientist? What is happening here?
I made them numbers up. They might be true, they might not. But I knew it was in between a quarter and 50. I knew it was somewhere around there, because it's not a third, because like it's not even. So like you most likely will lose against the small one, and like, you know, you 50-50 with the other one, whatever. Okay, so point is, Zach did what he had to do to stay. He's going to be a pariah. Do what you got to do, get airtime. That's what you're there for. And
Rob is going to be by his side next week. He's not
as he should be. He's like, wait, we both got thrown in here, so get it. Why not?
I knew Zach was lying when he said he can't handle ranch. I was like, this is too much.
Oh no,
and this is too much.
If you gave me a cup of ranch, I'm doing what Zach did. I'm throwing up. I don't think I can eat it or drink it.
Really?
It's over. I don't eat ranch.
I'm a ranch fiend, bro. With my wings, absolutely.
No, it's wraps. You can get me with mayo. You can get me with milk.
Ew.
That's why. Actually, I'll say this. I wonder if I could have got some spoiled.
You're lactose intolerant. You'd rather drink milk?
No, I'm saying like in the show, and we can move on for that. I wish they would have had an option for like spoiled, like lactate milk or something. Because like if I drink milk, I think I'm getting Medivac. So any dairy is over, bro. I wouldn't even be able to function. A shout out to that.
All right, let's get to our first official ranking for this episode. This is interesting group of people here. All right, so wait, real quick, I have to make
Also, poor Jenny. She got ate up.
Sure.
Jenny.
Okay, the legend Jenny. I thought you would have been first booed, but truthfully, like I did like the fact that they gave her a montage. She made herself proud when they actually got to the top of the net.
It was irrelevant that last episode. I remember you called that. You're like, she has first boot written on her face. Who's the other girl that went?
Kristen, which is also, I don't know if we ever got confirmed if her name is Christian or Kristen, because they was calling her Kristen in the show, but I feel like I heard somebody call her Christian last round, but who knows? She could have called herself Christian, but no matter what, sorry for them.
Girls getting ate up is unfortunate, but
okay.
I agree, Bolt Corpse. I love ranch too, especially from Wingstop. All right, so let's do our first ranking. You guys were on the Blake train last episode, and he was not nominated for one of our highlights.
I think it's crazy that as Jenny was leaving, she said after playing for 1 week that she has completely changed as a person.
A week
being on this show.
Please
listen. They experienced a lot in those 2 days. I get it.
Completely changed as a person.
I guess it's transformative. You know, when you face your fears and like when you do, because she was scared of heights. If we not like she faced her fears, she was scared of heights. She got through it. You know, she went through stuff. Like shout out to Jenny. Like she was a really nice lady. I think they didn't give her no edit. It was like, girl, like at least give us something about Jenny before she go home like the first episode. Like
Jenny.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys were Blake stands last week. What's up with Blake? Where we want to put him?
I don't have enough
Who's
info to put him anywhere. So I'll put him C. If I say anything, I just don't know what he's gonna. I think he's a fan, but he not doing like he not
Well,
doing.
real quick, let's establish what we're ranking off of. I actually got it. Do we want to rank off of gameplay of the week, or do we want to rank off of winner trajectory? Like, you have a good shot at being the winner.
I like the winner
I'm
trajectory.
gonna do part winner, part personality.
Let's do that.
I like that. Because you have to be giving me something in the show, even if you're in the background. Okay, I like that.
Part winner, part personality. All right. So you were saying C, Ganja, for Blake. How about you, Cheyenne? How are you feeling about Blake as a player?
I'm gonna pump it up one tier because he's gay. So I'm gonna say B.
Bro, we're not doing those semantics in here. Come on. That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. I can't be biased, so that man going to C to me. So B and C. Where you going, Isaiah?
I'm down with the C. I don't have enough moments with Blake yet, but I can't necessarily say Blake's doing bad. I just think
I can put him high C. How about that? It depends on where we put everybody else.
Oh yeah, listen. For now, it's going to be in C. I feel like in order for someone to be like, if it was B, if we were split, since there's 3 of us, it needs to be a 2 out of 3. So that's how we're going to determine it. But since Cheyenne ranked in B, for now it's going to be high C. How about that? That's what we do in the Big Brother pod. That's what we're going to do here.
C in LGBT.
Well, listen, in this podcast, Blake will be a C. Let's go to Chelsea. How we feel about Chelsea on the rankings?
She won a challenge, but
yeah, and she's connected with Tyler.
I trust your judgment, Cheyenne, on Chelsea.
And Dita.
Oh, she is good with Dita. Okay, I'll put her B.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say B for winnability, but lackluster personality.
Yeah, she got to be more Chelsea. A little bit more. Go at Zach a little harder. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, remind there is S tier, by the way. I know it's a little.
Also, have a fake showmance with Dita, and that's good. And then she's
fake. There you go.
I said fake.
All right, let's go with, how do you say her name?
Damien.
Damien. Why would her parents do this to her? Oh my god!
You need to learn how to read.
How do you feel? How I feel about Damien? She was afraid that her hair was flammable in this episode.
I like Damien. I think I put her behind Chelsea. Her not going in was enough for me. And she was freaking out. So how they were trying to do it last week, like they were like, let's get the people out there going crazy. And they hate.
I feel like you will want to keep those people.
I said that. I said that.
Why would you want to keep people who are good at you know what?
But that's why I didn't understand why they threw Kristen in. I was like, why would we throw her in there? But I'm down for putting Damien behind Chelsea, like in B.
How about you, Cheyenne? How you feel about that?
If we're without bias, I fear she's a C for personality, but no strategy.
Winnability, no strategy. There you go. Put it right here behind Blake.
In front of Blake.
Okay. I just feel like we got more of her story, and like, you know, losing your house and all your belongings to a fire. Not saying that makes anything of what she's doing in the game anyway, but like,
you want to root for her.
You know, you want to root for her. Like, you know, you feel it. So that's kind of why I wanted to put her in B. But I'm down with her being a C.
All right. Let's go Danielle, who we just spoke about. How do you feel about Danielle?
I mean, I know where Cheyenne gonna go, so I'm gonna try to counteract it.
Well, actually, wait, Cheyenne, where you finna go, Cheyenne?
Right? I'm like, where does he think I'm gonna go?
Actually, don't answer that yet. Don't answer that yet. Ganja, where do you think Cheyenne's gonna go? And then
I think she's gonna go C behind Blake.
All right, Cheyenne, where are you going?
I was going B behind Chelsea.
Because
at least she does have a strategic connection.
I'm down with
that. You know, these kind of games, they're like, well, who hasn't gone into elimination? And she'll never be on that list.
B.
Oh, sorry.
But I wanted to say A, but I'm not going to be biased just because I like her. I was going to say A, but you brought up a good point. You brought up a good point that Rob came to her and fostered that relationship as like a wounded little dog. And like, she accepted it, but it's like she didn't go to Rob to do it. So it's kind of like, from what we saw, she understands who she needs to work with, but she hasn't really made that decision yet. So I respect this position for sure.
Right. How about this guy? I forgot he was on the show for a little bit. Dita.
Oh my god, Dita. I mean, winnability, I'll have to put him A.
Okay.
Because I think physically at the end of the show, I don't know what it's going to be, but I think it's going to be something physical. I think he's going to
be like
eat
spot. Some bugs.
Please. Okay, it might be. But I think Dita's in a good spot. I think Dita's socially understanding of where everything's going. He's yet to go thrown in. He's yet to, get anybody throwing like a dirt on his name. So I'm liking where Dita going. And he's linked up with people. So I'm putting him. Actually, I'll put him A.
Cheyenne. Don't look like you agree.
My problem is that
your expression shows your face so easily. It's funny. I can tell.
Because Dita is in the main 4 alliance that we know of. However, he told on his alliance member Chelsea. However, he was half of the Tattle group to Zach. However, at Zach for folding his clothes, and everyone gathered around Zach as he said he's going home, and Dita got pissed and he was like, when's your time to go in? It's your time to go in. How about you don't tell him?
Okay. I agree. I agree, but I don't know. It's so hard when it comes to like telling people when they're up for elimination for me, because it's like, damn, if you stay and I knew you was going up, it's like, damn, like that's kind of messed up, right? But it's like, I told you, you shouldn't be crashing out on me. Like I let you know I gave you a heads up, get prepared, bestie. But I respect it. Where Dita going?
Yeah, Shari, where's Dita going?
Isaiah, where's Dita going?
Okay. I'm asking you.
What's your letter ranking?
I'm going B.
Okay. I'm okay with that. B1.
B1? Okay.
Like you want to do a top B?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going B.
Even though Chelsea won, I feel like Dita's just more sure of what he's doing in the game. Okay. She just hates Zach. That's gonna be
honestly, it would have to be top B regardless of how I feel, because Gandra said A. So that it was up. So there you go. Ethan. How are we feeling about Ethan? We talked about him earlier as well.
Not putting his whole alliance right next to each other. I'll put him behind Chelsea, truthfully.
Okay. Why?
Because he didn't go as hard as he could have when he won the power. Like I said, he should have just went for all the people that put him in. And like, even if like, I don't know how it really was, be like, oh yeah, I threw this person there, I threw this person in. Like, nah, like y'all all going in. Okay. That's how I feel. So I'll put him in B after Chelsea.
Cheyenne, do you agree with that?
I honestly think he's like low A. I feel like he's got a lot of likability. I think that everyone kind of trusts him. The people that are coming back is like Zach, Rob, and
Danielle.
And Danielle. I don't think any of them are like super hardcore on his butt. Like if Rob wins, I mean, God forbid, but I think he'll win his way back in. I don't think he has any major fears. He's got a little alliance going. He's still reaching out to Zach. So yeah, I think he's doing pretty well.
Everyone has a fear. I don't think he doesn't have a fear. He might not be fearless.
Okay.
But I wouldn't agree with A just yet, and maybe just because it's so early. I feel like the A's would be like, oh, this person's like steamrolling, or like, like I really see like a path from. It's so early, and there's still so much unknown about this show at this point, because this is like, they're just throwing crap at the wall still, if you ask me. I will put him in B, like behind Dita, but that's just me.
I mean, I feel it. I just feel like he at least did what he was supposed to do by going for at least some of the people that threw him in. That's how I look at the situation. You should be going right back at their ass. Like, oh, you threw me in, you getting thrown in. And he said it. He was like, who said that? He said that, right? He was like, I'm making a declaration. Whoever throws me in the future is getting thrown in, which you should do to scare people from throwing you in. Like, So I feel it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll bump him up. I think he should be in front of Dita. Yeah.
You want to go A? You sound like you want to go A, Ganjo.
I'm down to put him A because he made that declaration. So
I'm saying B.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I'm down with A. Cheyenne.
A,
All right,
we
there you go.
I had to think about
Ethan
it.
is our E tier. There you go. I'm always the hard critic, so it's I have a very specific criteria. All right, Jaylene.
I have to put her after Danielle.
Cheyenne, the Jaylene hater.
I'll say after Danielle. But in B.
I know. You said B?
Back B.
Low B? Okay.
Low B.
How about you, Cheyenne?
My only notes on her is Jaylene is pissed.
And I'm pissed.
I agree. I'll put her B.
Behind Danielle.
I put her in between Chelsea and Danielle. She tried to reach out to Dita on episode 1. She reached out to Rob. She's reached out to Cheerleader. She reached out to like the other girls. I think that she's kind of doing her best to be pitied and adopted by others, or to seduce them.
Okay.
All right. There
All
you go.
works.
I'm gonna put her right here.
After Danielle.
There we go.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm with Cheyenne. I need a little bit more from Danielle. How we feel about our friend Lance Richard over here? Oh no!
No, he didn't get a storyline. So I don't know where he actually lies. But
based off of what we've seen,
based off of him not getting thrown in, him not being in the crossfire, I gotta respect that.
Which is insane.
He's doing okay, very much insane. Because like I said, Rob should be throwing Lance under the bus. But I get it might pop up as in a trailer. He might actually throw his ass under the bus. But I would say Lance after Chelsea. And the only reason I say that is because Chelsea won something at this point. I actually know Lance won something last time.
He did.
He did.
Give me a second, I believe it was the vacuum seal one.
How about this? I will put
we have
him.
no bias, and we have no bias here.
I will put him maybe in front of. He's either going for me in front of Dita or after Dita. I can't decide.
Really?
So, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Because Dita has done this and been safe without having to win. So, like, I think that's more important than. And he's actively a part of things. I don't know if Lance is actually a part of a contingent in the House of Fear house.
Cheyenne.
So the thing is here, likability high, A tier personality.
Okay.
But he's the only person on the board so far who has actively made mistakes that go against what's best for his game. So that makes it not high, because the last episode he kind of ruffled some feathers. He kind of like was on board and they wasn't on board. Then the second episode he had no poker face, like in a game where you want to send out the person who won't come back, and you're being like that. It's not great for winnability. So I'm gonna say he's like C in between Damien and Blake.
I'm not gonna agree there. I am also not gonna agree with Ganjo. I'm gonna meet y'all halfway. I feel like he would be behind Danielle only because there's an alliance being formed. He's not in it. But I don't think he's at like some. I don't think C for me is like not like you're doing bad, but like mid. Like I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's just kind of like I'm looking for a path. I still see something for Lance. Unfortunately we just didn't get too much of Lance this episode, but I don't think he's down there with Damien and Blake just yet.
But I have to ask, what has Lance done to move forward in this game? what positive
Well, two episodes in.
I also think they're scared of Lance. I will say that.
I was just about to say that 2 episodes in, he has at least
Is
set
that
some kind of
strategic?
precedent. I mean, what's so different from him doing that and then like Ethan saying like I'll throw whoever comes at me into the ball. I think if Lance is tested like he was last time, I feel like if he does I feel like this show has kind of set a precedent that like
this isn't ifs, it's what we've
you know what,
seen.
you're right. From what I've seen, the strategy for the show is if you're good at competitions, you need to just threaten people and comp your way to the end, right?
Agreed.
I feel like Lance hasn't been battle tested just yet, but from what I've seen, he's obviously going to say what he needs to say, and that's something. Versus Damian and Blake, I don't really know what they're capable of right now.
I agree with that, and you have to be both in a game like this.
That's why I said bottom B. It's fine. It's you're teetering a very fine, and I'm the farthest from bias. I don't give a fuck, but you're teetering the finest line from I don't know what you're capable of yet because you have not been battle tested. But what he has shown me is that he's going to speak his mind, and that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum.
Is that strategic?
I don't think this show has a lot of strategy. I mean, like there's alliances,
it's strategy.
There's strategy, but it's always going to come down, as far as we've seen so far, to the challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously the social game is being incorporated, as in you want to, like, I guess, put yourself in a good social standing so you're not selected to be in the bottom. But at the same time, it's always going to come down to a competition. That's why people like Zach is still here. So it's like, I don't know. I really don't know. That's why I'm saying I'm not strong on either side. That's why it's almost like
bottom of B
either
makes sense.
Top C or bottom B. That's where I'm at.
I'd rather him be in B.
I think Gonzo took it a little extreme by putting.
I did not take it extreme. I did not take it extreme.
There yet. I don't think he's there yet. But
Lance has yet to get thrown in, and he didn't get blowback for trying to. I don't know if he threw Rob under the bus. He just did not get blowback from that, and that might be a Rob issue. That's not a Lance issue. That's why
he's also not in the numbers.
Okay,
yeah,
I agree.
I don't think he's in the numbers.
I agree.
That's a big thing, and that's where I'm with Cheyenne. That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of meeting you guys halfway. I don't think that's far fetched. That's just one spot. It's not. You know what I'm saying? That's just one spot, and then 3 spots from where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Really?
So I'm just saying, from episode 1, we knew he was messy. From episode 2, we know that he wears everything on his face. Episode 1, we have a little bit of an idea of what he can provide. Episode 2 did not advance his winnability in any way.
It didn't harm it.
1 and 2, we don't really know anything about Damian or Blake, which gives them a way, like, we know that it can improve. Whereas with Lance, I fear that we're not going to see an improved Lance in any future episode.
You think he peaked the first episode?
Yes.
I was about to ask. It's unfortunate that we didn't do a chart last week. Where would you have rated him last week, out of curiosity?
For being that messy, a C.
So he didn't really drop or rise for you. He would have just been in the same place.
He would have been top C, and now he's last C. I want to say D now that
but ultimately, I will say both his episodes. If you like look at them separately, and we're spending so much time on Lance, shout out to you, Lance. But if you separate them both, that's so funny. If you separate them both equally, I get the same result. He didn't go in. Okay, he won one challenge, he saved himself, and then he didn't win a challenge, and he didn't go in. So
he's the only person who didn't make any alliance this episode.
That's why I'm saying. Listen, I point out. So let's just move on. So I am bottom B. Cheyenne, you're bottom C, and Gonzo, your top B. Is going to level out to the bottom of C. There you go. But we'll see. And this is why I like this podcast and I like doing tier lists, because we're going to see how this progresses every single episode. So there you go. Let's move on to Rob. What's up with Rob?
I had to throw him in front of Damian. I just feel like Rob, I don't know what he's doing back there, but it's messy. And they seem to not be connecting with him as much as they need to. And he got exposed for not being trustworthy. So I actually will put him behind Damian, actually. I ain't going to hold you up. I think he's still doing a little bit better than Blake because he's fostering something with Danielle, but I will actually put him after Damian.
How about you, Cheyenne?
I think he was good at pivoting. I think he kind of learned from his episode 1 mistake. I do think that he advanced his game, but I do not find him likable in any way. So I'm okay with him being like right in between Damien and Blake.
There you go. Guess I had the same thing. There you go. All right. Rodney.
He was so quiet, but
He's kind of funny.
he is
But I
funny.
hate cops. Ooh.
He's retired, so he's better. Whenever you get, they probably are like, feeling sad about all the stuff they've done. But I've met some good cops. Not all of them.
I don't think people are.
But
Okay,
we ain't got,
I'm gonna say
whatever.
behind Blake.
You
What
say
you
Cheyenne?
saying?
See behind Blake.
In the back.
Come on, giving nothing.
Rodney, I can't put him that far back. I think he's doing.
Why
something.
not? You think he's over
I'll put him in
Blake?
front of Blake. I'll put him in front of
Let's
Blake.
say okay.
I'm sorry, Blake. Blake is getting destroyed here, but you need a storyline.
That's what I'm saying. I forget who said it. He was going to put him in B.
At least Lance has shouted out Blake and kept him out of elimination episode 1.
She makes a very good point.
Nobody. He was
Lance did actually protect Blake. That is very true.
We just don't know who Rodney has, and he may not be super.
I don't think he
connecting
has
people.
anybody. I don't think he has anybody.
Yeah, he might not.
We
he
have
might
to
be a lone
Blake-
soldier.
Cheyenne made a really good point though, because Blake at least has someone at least attempting to protect him,
Sad days, Rodney.
whether he knows it or not.
I'm all
Yeah.
over it,
I don't know if he knows about it, but bottom C right now. It's
Got
not looking
you.
too hot. Tyler.
I think she didn't get any blowback. What'd you say, Shane?
Sorry, I said I'd put her next to Ethan.
She ain't going that high. But she is. She can be in front of Chelsea. I'll actually give her, because she did better than what Chelsea did. Like, they did the exact same thing, I feel, but like she did better.
What makes her over Dita for you, Cheyenne?
So one, she didn't win, but she got all the winning privileges
Okay.
from Ethan giving her this alliance with Chelsea. She also won last week. She seems like pretty tough. And last week when she put in Jaylene, she called her an alpha female, which is odd terminology, but does make me think that she's good at sports, which is good for teamwork. And you know what? I feel like this House of Fear thing is going to involve a lot of teamwork. She's got the likability. While I don't personally care for her, I do think that she's up there with Ethan, like a long-term player.
I agree with your points about Tyler, and I also feel like her not getting any blowback for making decisions last week is crazy. And I just feel like y'all have to have a backbone, please. And but this is not her. That's not her fault. So I'm
about to agree with Cheyenne.
She can go A. I ain't gonna fight it.
I was just gonna say I actually agreed with Cheyenne.
Because I was saying in front of Dita, and she was gonna be in front of Dita anyway. So it's just like whatever. I get it.
Yeah.
I respect the Tyler.
Lastly, coal miner Zach.
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 He's going after Rob for me. He's a C after Rob. Only because I know I don't know, because he might actually win out. He could win out. I'm not
He's
saying
not. I don't think
we've seen a Bendry Bergen, bro. We know.
I just need you to realize. I think he is right next to Rodney. You can throw 1,000 darts. I don't know how many people,
but he's entertaining.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to have to win 10 more competitions theoretically if he wants to make it to the end. And this is off of the likability and win probability. His chances are in the garbage, if you ask me. Like I don't see it. I think he's bringing something to the show. That's why I said I will put him over Rodney. You know what I'm saying? Or shoot, I might even put him over Blake. But I don't see it. I feel like he just put himself in such an unlikable position that he is going to be a de facto selection no matter what this season, unless Rob is there who's making the decision. I just don't see it for Zach.
Yes, and to not disrespect Lance in a situation, I would only put Zach behind Lance at the earliest or at the highest. But I will say, entertainment factor, they both trying stuff, and like everybody else not trying stuff. So it's like make TV, right? And I think at the end of the day, out of everybody in that place, I think Lance and Zach understands that they're there for a show and
Agreed.
they're there to entertain something. So I can never disrespect that side of Zach, but I will disrespect his strategic side because it's like, one, why are you obsessed with the girls? And two, if you feel like they're so weak, why aren't you just throwing all the guys in? Get one of these guys out. Okay, get them out. Like, you can force a guy out the game by throwing every guy in. And then, you feel me? And then if you feel like you're that superior, you'll be good. But clearly it's not that. So
this is Dustin from Stranger Things. I told you.
Okay,
Cheyenne, do you agree with this?
I'm literally waffling because it's like, on one hand, the theatrics, love them, works for New York and House of Villains. On the other hand, unnecessarily like aggressive in gameplay. But then on the other hand, I feel like there's always going to be someone on his side. Like, even when he was like being weird and being an asshole, and I think it was like Kristen or someone was like, yeah, you're setting a great example for your daughter. I heard a male voice say like, low blow, man, low blow.
I did not catch that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling that some people kind of respect playing the game right.
With integrity.
Feelings. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, he's definitely done more than Damien. But he's also like not playing a great game. So I want to say D.
I mean, that's not far-fetched at all. That's not far-fetched at all. Listen, bro.
I agree.
I'm
I just gotta respect it. How about this? Damn.
I still think he needs to be over Rodney. That's where I'm at.
That's what I'm saying. So should we push Rodney down to D and put them both in D?
I'll do that.
I think that might have to be it. Sorry, Rodney.
Right.
Yeah.
I think to make it make sense, it has to be this. Okay, this is respectable. I get it.
If someone were to ask me who I think is getting eliminated next, it would be Zach or Rodney. So I think this
absolutely.
Makes sense.
I mean, Zach is most definitely going in, but he's not. He might not get eliminated. He's going in though. If he don't win, he in there, but he might save himself.
I'm not gonna lie. I might go back one of my rankings. I might actually agree with Cheyenne.
To do what?
I might drop Lance. I'm not gonna lie.
Not you wanted to look aesthetically pleasing. No,
it's not even that. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm just looking at who's in the numbers and who's not, man.
Yes, but if I'm going to state my claim on anybody who's not in the numbers,
I like to stay consistent.
I would put it with Lance. Okay, think about it like this: if
Lance is not in the, everyone in D
did
is
you hear
in
what
the
I just
numbers
said?
except for him.
Sorry,
though. That's my thing.
I was saying, like, okay, if I'm going to look at somebody that's not in the numbers to do something, out of everybody in the game left, I think Lance has the best options to do stuff. So that's why I say keep him in B.
I agree with you, but then I'm also coming from a place that like he can be raised next week. You get what I'm saying? Like,
or he could be dropped next week.
If I'm being agreed, but if I'm being consistent, I'm gonna leave him there for now. I might drop him next week if I don't see improvement. I'll leave him there for now.
It's up to him.
This is where we're at. I could see Lance getting out because if I'm staying consistent with my rankings, he's the only person not in any kind of like.
He on a bubble though. He like B- C+.
I agree. I mean, you heard my defense for it, but I'm starting to see what Cheyenne is talking about now that I have a full picture. But I'm not going to go back up what I said. I'm gonna stay there, and then next week we'll see how I'm at. This is our ranking though. I like it. I like it. I like doing this. Rankings are fun. Right now, Ethan's the king. Rodney is the jester. But we'll see how that goes next week. And there you have it. That's our podcast for the week. This was very fun. We found a way to squeeze out almost an hour, which is very fun. If you liked what you listened to, please follow us on Twitter and everything else. Silent _podcast. We are on all social platforms, and we are on all streaming platforms. Please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Every little bit helps. And if you like what you're listening to, you can now comment on Spotify. And I'm not sure if you can do that on Apple Podcasts, but you can give us a review. Like with 5 stars, 5 stars only. If it is not 5 stars, don't do it at all. Ganjo, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Ganjo the Dank on all platforms. Let's get it. I had fun tonight. Until next week, you guys. We love it.
Until Cheyenne, how about you?
Hello, everyone. I had a great time today chatting about House of Fear. If you're in the New York, Brooklyn, or maybe even New Jersey area, you can see me doing stand-up live February 1st at 7 p.m. at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective. You can also see me, I think last week, I was on Have I Got Ears for You? Have I Got News for Your Ears? So it's like the podcast version of Have I Got News for You with Roy Jr. And that was fun. And then just follow me on Instagram, Cheyenne New, KNEW, because I new things. I'm a know-it-all. Thank you.
There you go. And you can find me at 8 Ball Bangers and everything. Join us every single Monday for foreseeable future. I'm on vacation next week. I'm supposed to come back on Sunday. So if I can squeeze this in, we'll be live on Monday. If not, there'll be updates on the social media. But join us every Monday for us to talk about Fear Factor, of course. And every Friday, I'm with Rostam Katie to talk about The Traitors. That dumpster fire show. I'm not going to lie. Fear Factor is a little bit more entertaining than The Traitors right now. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
So The Traitors is this season's
The Traitors is fine. It's just they just
Lcast.
Okay?
Lcast is here. I'm not going to lie, but we'll see. But we will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Oh.